Big Dog, your favorite father and son duo covering Miami Hurricanes football and sports. How's everybody doing this Thursday evening? We already got, I
What do
already
you
saw
say,
some
guys?
lot of stuff going on in the chat, man. I saw George was in here, Dan Kane. I haven't read what you guys been talking about, George and
Yeah, we
Dan
got a whole bunch.
Kane.
Jason, 904 Hurricane, Christopher, Orange and Green Blood. Hey, Cohen. This is for Cohen.
Cohen.
It's all
It's all
about the
about
U,
the
Cohen.
you, baby.
Joseph Holmes. I didn't mention Austin Keynes, did I? And a whole
Austin
bunch of
Kane,
good guys here.
Joseph, Jason. What's up, man?
What's the
Jason
good word,
says,
guys?
"Hey, Junior the Big Dog, always looking forward to Thursdays." Us too, man. Wish you guys still did two nights a week. Well, then Thursdays wouldn't be so special, Jason.
You know what, Jason? We got to figure this out because the whole thing of what happened, we still haven't heard back from YouTube.
What's up,
We're
CJ?
going to do a breakdown of Brian Balone, the new our new commit for safety. We're going to do that breakdown and probably release it Saturday morning to you guys. Do the complete video breakdown like we do, and really we sort of been in a holding pattern somewhat, just because of the whole issue with YouTube, trying to figure it out. By the way, guys, those of you, Christopher, thank you so much with the big 305 donation. I
Thank you
love
so
the
much,
305,
Chris.
Christopher, too.
You know it, baby.
Thank you so much, brother.
Brandon, Lewis, Big Nasty
Dennis,
Kane,
Baker Perry,
Rico, Mr. HD, Clavon, Dreadlock,
Lewis. What he's Tony Kidd. Yep, Orion,
Hurricane,
Dreadlock.
Loso.
That's right. Everybody on here.
I know some
What is it?
videos. I know, me too, Miguel.
CJ Miami K's 87. Yeah, we're gonna do a video with Brian Balone.
We shouldn't have no trouble with that one because we
It's
get
Huddle.
it's huddle, so we never
Right.
have a trouble with that one. So you guys
No.
will get a video breakdown like we always do it with commits. You will get that video breakdown coming to you Saturday morning because we're probably gonna film that either tonight or tomorrow and go ahead and bring that to you guys Saturday morning so you guys can get to know the newest commit to the 2020 class, Mr. Brian Balone, safety at a Miramar. So
Yep.
you know, yeah, that's definitely gonna be coming to you guys.
Yeah, guys. And and as always, guys, thank you for the support. Please hit the like. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell. And always leave a comment. I do want to post a question that if we address it, and we're going to address it in this live chat, but what I'd also like to do is get your feedback on what you guys think about what I want to start off the conversation with.
Are you gonna rant?
I got a rant. I got a rant that's sticking in my craw that I'm going to start going. So
I know everybody in the chat. Let's get some hype for Big Dog and his rants because I'm gonna just sit back and just listen like everybody else when you go on your rants sometimes. Because
I know, and I do, and this is going to be a rant like that. So, I mean, I guess everybody's here ready to go.
Hey, Hurricane Loso, that Lotso, that CMD giving Jaron Williams like a plaque or whatever after the loss.
Yeah, it was
Manny was actually asked about that and he denied it. So I don't think that's true. I think that was just one of those rumors because he was like, "What plaque? Like, I didn't give him anything."
I heard so like they had a plaque, but I heard it was like just for outstanding player of the game. I didn't hear that it was necessarily a plaque from Manny himself.
Yeah,
that was my understanding. That somehow or another,
but they asked Manny about it, and then he denied it
with a $9.99 donation. Thank you so much, Orion. Thank you,
McNulty,
my brother.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry. He's telling me how to pronounce it. Orion. I please tell me I did it right. I butcher names. You know what? I used to make fun of my old man.
Orion.
I used to
it's not Orion, it's Orion.
My old man had a fairly thick Cuban accent, and I used to laugh because he was a big, very much into baseball. And,
they're saying Brett Romberg confirmed that plaque.
He did.
So if it is true, then that's super whack.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that crap.
It was a
Miami
Hurricanes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of a plaque for a loss.
That is whack.
I'm not a fan of a plaque for a loss. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Shonda Roberts, thank you so much for joining us. As always.
How's it going, Shonda?
our Hurricane family. I didn't. Clavon had mentioned about Lingard leaving. It's my understanding that that's not definitive yet, but I do know apparently they're saying that his family is not happy with the way. But I don't know. From what my understanding now, it's been confirmed that it was an ACL and not MCL as previously thought. So if it's an ACL, now we're sort of seeing why they've been so cautious with him coming back.
Yeah, so it's not Orion. He said like the constellation. So Orion.
Orion, I'm sorry.
Like Orion's belt.
Thank you, Orion. There you go.
That's all you had to say, man.
Bill K. Yeah, I mean it's
well, the rumors came actually from his actual father.
His father or his uncle is what I heard first.
No, it was his father and his cousin on a Facebook group, and he was basically saying that like the coaching staff is kind of I don't know, kind of trying to like beat around the bush with Lingard. So then I think he said some other things, and you could just tell he was frustrated. And then he said something along the lines, "Look, if this is the way it's gonna be, then the only thing he's gonna do at the U is run track," type of thing. And so, I mean, there is something going on with Lingard.
I understand. I think. I don't know. I mean, that's one of those situations that you're sort of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Because if he gets hurt, they put him back in there and he gets hurt again, then the family could point fingers and said, well, why did you take chances with him getting hurt? He wasn't ready to come back yet.
Well, against Bethune, it was a concussion protocol, so he
correct.
wasn't, correct.
That was
ready.
Different.
Right.
That was my understanding. That was different.
I'm in agreement. Listen, I'm in agreement with, like, I do want to see Lingard, but
me too. Me too. And I think Central Michigan might have been a good place to get him going.
I mean, we couldn't run the football. No, if DJ Dallas and Cameron Harris are not, there's no space to run the football. Like, do you really want to put Lingard to get smashed in there? So yeah, and it was a close game. I think if it was the game that we thought it was going to be, if we would have covered the spread and we would have had a 30-point lead, then I do think we would have seen him. We see Lingard, but at the same time, like, remember, Lingard was behind in the depth chart to Robert Burns. So it's like, where do you draw the line? Because if you're going to just throw Lingard in there, you have to kind of give Robert Burns some snaps as well. Now, I think when you go into Virginia Tech, I don't think Virginia Tech is a good team this year. So, I mean, who knows if we go out there and handle business or not. At this point, frankly, I have no idea what Miami Hurricanes team we're going to see next Saturday. But I do think, especially since these rumors are circulating and they're not happy, I do think, Lingard is going to get a shot, man. If he's 100% healthy, if he's ready to go, I think he should.
Listen, okay, looking at it, I'll put it this way. Looking at it from an athlete's perspective, I completely understand Lingard. If the doctors say you're ready to go, get me in the game.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that. Yeah.
Looking at it from Lingard's father's perspective, because you remember, I did coach you when you played. I mean, obviously it was baseball, a different sport, but I coached you. So the thing with, as a father, I'd say getting an extra bye week, okay, and being able to start against Virginia Tech, to play against Virginia Tech, not start. I don't mean start the game, but being able to start playing against Virginia Tech makes sense because we did have that extra bye week, and like you said, we weren't running the ball well against Central Michigan, anyways.
Exactly.
So I do expect to see him against Virginia Tech, and I'd be really disappointed if we don't see him against Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, I put all my I'll put all my money in that I have in the bank that we won't lose this weekend either, buddy.
What do you say, buddy?
How's it going, bud?
Carrie, I don't know if we mentioned Raising Cane, Merck City, Elito 1804. Thank all of you for joining us. Great
I'm
having
seeing
you.
some people I haven't seen here. Alito, Merck City, man. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. It'll really help us out getting this video shared, messing around with the algorithm. So we would really appreciate. We're almost at 1,700 subscribers, man. So we're trying to get there, at least close tonight. But whatever,
Thank you guys.
It is what it is. But yeah, man. I mean, I think he's ready. Frankly, I think he's ready.
Claymon brings up a good point about the media and stuff, talking about us being a player's top 3 or top 5 doesn't matter unless he signs with the U. I agree. And Dan Kane talking about that Lingard could have played on the return team. Again, I had him penciled in as a kickoff returner. In fact, I had him and Nigel Beth, who's no longer with the team, as our 2 kickoff returners. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to see Lingard get in there. And
let me ask you a question, Big Dog. Do you think that there may be thinking of possibly, if they can, redshirting him?
Why?
Because, assuming
first off, he redshirted last year. You can't redshirt him.
No, he didn't redshirt last year.
He didn't play more 4 games.
Yeah, special teams. I think
he played more than 4 games.
He played more than 4 games. He wasn't able to.
Second.
He wasn't able.
He went out. Didn't he go out shortly after the Savannah State game?
But
wasn't he hurt the following week?
No.
Okay, so he played more than 4 games last year.
So yeah, he played more than 4 games.
You sure about that?
He played his special teams.
No, I know he played his special teams.
Right, but
he played more than 4 games.
I'm almost positive that. Okay. I mean, guys, if anybody in the chat,
what do you say, Ben?
Double check on that, but I think it was like 5 or 6 games. So he didn't redshirt last year. So
he has a red shirt,
right? Available. So he has a red shirt available. So my question is whether, because assuming that DJ goes, then you're gonna have Harris and Lingard, and then you got Burns. Shoot, we'll still have Burns because he'll be a redshirt senior.
Played 6, yeah. Austin, I guess a whole bunch of guys told us you were right that I guess he played 6 games.
Yeah, I thought so. So
he can't be redshirted.
So he can be redshirted. Now, I think that's maybe why his family may be upset
that they don't want him to redshirt.
That they don't want him to redshirt, and maybe the coaching staff is but then listen, with the whole Zach McLeod situation.
There you go.
I mean, it wasn't up to the coaching staff. Like it's and Manny
at the end of the day, it's always up to the coaching staff.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say is like McLeod is the one that asked for the red
shirt.
So that's a different situation.
Manny said, "I'm going to do my best to do it. Hopefully, he doesn't come back until the bowl game because he's played 3 games, plays in the bowl game, which would be his 4th game, and then he comes back next year as a senior, as a redshirt senior, which would be awesome because we could use him next year for sure." So, but that came from Zach McLeod himself, though.
Right.
That didn't come from the coaching staff because you remember in the previous interview they asked Manny about McLeod redshirting, and he said no. He said he was too important to the rotation, to special teams.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently McLeod himself went to Manny and said, "I'd like the redshirt. I'd like to come back next year."
Yeah,
Manny's going to go ahead and do that.
But look, this is a Glow Wop just said it, and I agree with this. I think that if we try to redshirt Lingard or we don't play him, I think he leaves.
He's gone. Yeah, I agree.
I think he's too much of a talent to not leave. Frankly,
I agree. And the thing is, if he feels that they did that, thank you, Eddie. Yeah, I saw that. He did play in 6 games. I mean, I don't think there's any shot of him redshirting and coming back to Miami. Because if he does not play this year, he's gone.
All right. So who do you want him to eat the carries from?
Listen,
where we're at right now, he's not going to eat into DJ's carries. Let's be real. I mean,
okay. Let's see. Like for example, let's say the Central Michigan game.
Mm-hmm.
DJ ended up 14 carries for 35 yards, 2.5 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to give him 14 carries if he's not running well? And then, I understand it was the offensive line. He didn't have anywhere to run. But I'm just saying, are you going to give him 14 carries at 2.5 yards a clip? Or maybe after 6 or 7, you give Lingard a couple of series?
Yeah, but we haven't seen that with Robert Burns.
But that's a different type of thing, though.
Why?
Because number one, Burns is a different type of runner.
Okay.
Burns is the thumper between the tackle runner. Okay, who does have athleticism, but he's a thumper.
Okay, but a thumper that runs like a 4.4 though.
No. A thumper with speed, no doubt.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of wiggle to his game.
There's not. Yeah, he's
Okay.
definitely he's all north and south.
Correct. So with Lingard, Cam, and now mind you, Lingard doesn't have that much wiggle. Lingard's a one cut
He's a track
speed
guy,
guy.
man. He's a track,
Right.
yeah.
But a track guy who can break some tackles. He runs with power. He runs behind his pads.
He does. And he runs
Okay.
high. That's what I
He
love
does
the
run
way
high.
he runs.
I know he does run high. Listen, if the Central Michigan game was going, you're going to tell me you're not going to let Lorenzo Lingard play a series?
No, you do.
There you go.
Well, no,
so you're asking me
if the
who's
game
taking
goes,
carries from.
if the game goes the way we thought it was going to go, then I think 100%.
No. I'm not talking about a blowout. I'm talking about the running game isn't working.
I think we would have seen Burns then. You could maybe try throwing Burns in to see what happens, man. And
that's fine if you want a change of pace and you want to go with a power back. But here's the thing: my point is, you're not going to give DJ Dallas 14 carries at 2.5 yards a clip. So then, after 5 carries, 6 carries, 7 carries, you're not having success. Why not throw Lingard in there and give him a couple of series?
I'm with you, man. Hey, Big Dog, trust me. You know I'm in Zoe's camp. Like, I've loved Zoe, and I think he is the most talented running back on our team. If we're just talking talent, guys,
everybody healthy, I would agree with you.
Don't confuse my words now. You know, I love DJ.
Everybody healthy and 100%.
And that's the thing. We don't know exactly what Lingard we're going to get. So
I can tell you he's not 100%. I can tell you that for a fact.
You think so? I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe
absolutely. As somebody who blew out their knee at a very young age, I can tell you it takes a while for you to trust your knee again.
Yeah.
It takes a while. And it takes a couple of hits. And I'm talking about practice hits.
Okay?
I'm talking about a safety coming at you to put you down.
Yeah. No, I got you, man.
It takes a little bit to get that. So I can tell you he's not at 100%. Now, he's not going to get to 100% unless he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to be able to trust that knee. And if you're able to trust that knee where you can plan and you're not thinking about it, where you can get hit and you're not thinking about it, then Lingard's back to 100%. And talent-wise, his talent, you're not going to be more talented than he is.
Yeah. What's up, Saeed?
Big Nasty.
Yeah, man. Big Dog, I want to see him get a couple.
It was 247. It was ACL and meniscus. Yeah, the meniscus. That's a bit of a different animal, especially what they're doing with nowadays. I wish to God they would have had the surgical techniques they're using now. You know, when I started down my path of like knee issues, but because the surgeries that they're doing now are so much better. But the
Big Dog, tell everybody in the chat how many knee surgeries you've had.
I've had 23 knee surgeries and 32 surgeries total in my life. Yeah.
And 2 total knee replacements now.
I actually have had, both knees totally replaced, but the left one they've had to do multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my long and storied history there. Yeah. Okay, you guys want to talk about Enos and Jaron too? All right, here's what I want to do though first. If you guys at least let me get into a rant. Because I do have a rant that's been bugging me, that's been itching like the back of my throat.
But hold on, if you have a rant, I gotta set this up right.
All right.
I gotta set this up right.
Yeah, exactly. That's L-Roll Cool J said Lingard should look what happened to KD. Listen, I haven't talked to Lingard's doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose it from here. Okay, so I don't know. What I can tell you is this: that until you get back to where you can trust your knee and you're not thinking about it, okay, you're not 100%. Some guys, it's a matter of one big hit. Some guys, it's a matter of just getting into a game. Some guys is planning and having it stay there. It's, it takes a little bit before you're there. So let's go ahead and get into the rant. All right. First off, I want to
hold on. I'm just making sure I know how to do this, bro.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you by yourself. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. I got you. I got you. Boom! Take the floor, big dog.
All right. Here's what my rant's about. First, I'm going to do a qualifier. I want to do a little qualifier. You guys know, okay, obviously I go back to, because I'm old, I go back to the 70s with the Canes. I know a lot of the younger generation doesn't like guys from my generation talking about the good old days and about how it was done back in the day. And even some of the things that Manny has said about, the guys on the rafters, police the locker room. They're the ones that you have to answer to, that the program belongs to alumni. All those things that Manny said, that's what he means. I take a lot of pride in what the Hurricanes accomplished in the past, because no school ever dominated Saturdays and Sundays like the Hurricanes did at their best. Okay? Because when we were number one program in the country, we were number one in the NFL by a wide margin. Usually the team that was second to us in number of players in the league was usually FSU, and they were 15 behind us, that type of thing. So as a program, not only did we invent swag, not only did we really, how can I say it, almost change the way the college football is played. Because if you remember, who was the first team that had great success with speed over bulk? It was the Canes. Okay. That's just a qualifier. And I'll tell you why that's a qualifier. Because when I hear people say to us, but you guys haven't done anything lately, you guys haven't won an ACC championship, I got to shut my mouth and go, yeah, they're right. We haven't. And we haven't, last time we won a championship, 2001, you could say, okay, we were relevant in 2017. We were relevant in 13. Going back to the aughts, we were relevant up until 2004, 2005, when things started going down. Okay. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is that a lot of people, rightly so, say to us Canes fans, don't live in the past. Okay, you guys got to live in the present. Don't live in the past. Okay, I'll buy that. Here's why I set that up as a qualifier. We heard, now Manny tried to not to throw the players under the bus, but he said we played against Central Michigan the way we practiced the Wednesday before. Okay. Now he gave credit to Central Michigan, and then he insinuated saying that the Wednesday practice wasn't focused. And then what happened yesterday, it happened again. And this time he took the gloves off and said that they were doing the same exact thing this Wednesday. So last Wednesday, it was because it was Central Michigan. This Wednesday is because we don't play this weekend. Right? And just like people tell you, University of Miami fans, don't live in the past. What have you done for me lately? What exactly have these players done that they can look past anybody? Anybody. Please show me the Heisman contender that we have. Please show me the two-time All-American that we have. Because I haven't seen it. And everybody's talking about all these different players. Like people, when they were talking about Jaron. Okay, how about JT4? This is a guy who's for first-round NFL talent. He's dropped 2 touchdown passes and a muff punt. Okay? We've seen guys with huge high school resumes come into the U and not do anything. So my rant is, what exactly is it that caused, and you guys know I don't like throwing individual players under the bus. Okay? I don't. Okay? But what have these players done to think that they're above Central Michigan? Because I haven't seen it. I have not seen one player that can say with an air of superiority about Central Michigan. Because last time I checked, we were 7-6 last year. Mm-hmm. Okay? Yeah, the year before that, we were 10-3, but we had a lot of things break our way. Okay, and then we got spanked by Clemson. All right? So this concept.
And we got spanked by Wisconsin twice.
By Wisconsin twice in the last 2 years. Well, the first one wasn't spanked. The first one was that we had them, and then we lost the momentum with that horrible interception to the guy that's with the Dolphins now. But it made me so angry when I saw that yesterday. That you first off you beat Central Michigan 17-12, and you're dancing in the locker room. And you almost lost to him because you looked past him. That's the part that I'm not getting. And listen, I'm not saying, obviously, it's a coach's job to get the players ready. Okay? But this air of superiority, because let's remember, the team that's there now hasn't done a damn thing about the legacy that this U has. Okay? Not a single thing. And that's the part that bothers me, that for us to come out flat against Central Michigan, flat in last Wednesday's practice because we were playing Central Michigan, flat in this Wednesday's practice because we're not playing anybody. Okay, last time I checked, you got a whole new coaching staff on the offense. Okay? As a player, when you get a new coach, what are you looking to do from the get-go? Impress him. Mm-hmm. Make him put you on the field. Okay? And you got guys that are just half-assing it in a practice because, they're too good for Central Michigan. Okay? And at what point are the players going to be held accountable? Because what I'm seeing now is part of the problem that Willie Taggart's having at FSU is a culture that's not sent to winning. Okay? That's part of the problem that we're having. I don't get how you have a performance as bad as we looked against Central Michigan, and you come out this Wednesday and you look just as bad, to the point that halfway through the practice, Manny calls it. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I don't understand that. I don't get that. And people tell me, well, there's a generational gap between when I grew up and what's going on today. I see a lot of players today busting their ass. Have we recruited the wrong players? Is that what it is? Have we recruited guys that want to show you their high school film but don't want to earn anything else? One of the things that Manny said when he tightened up the whole recruiting thing, and he cleared up what he said. Okay, he said that they have studied this, the analytics department has studied that players that have drama in high school coming out underperform, which you guys remember I've said months ago. Well, Manny talked about that specifically a couple of weeks ago. That players that have the whole, of I committed to this school, then I decommitted and flipped, and then no, at the last day I changed my mind. Okay, those guys, analytics department have studied that those guys tend to underachieve. Mm-hmm. Okay, is part of the problem we have guys that are not focused on achievement? Because for a coach to cancel, to stop practice, it isn't one guy doing that. Because if one guy's doing that, you get him off the field. It isn't two guys. It isn't three guys. It's a bunch of guys.
Okay, but this is not just a Central Michigan issue. We saw it against North Carolina as well.
We saw it against everybody outside of Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry.
How much of that falls on Manny, Big Dog?
Well, here's the thing: was it just Manny, or we've had those same issues under Mark Richt?
I understand that, but
what is Manny recruiting? What is Manny recruiting?
You guys.
Okay, what's Corey Flagg?
It's you guys.
No, underachieving. Overachieving. Physically, he's not all that, right? 5'11", 225.
He's a dog.
He's a dog, 160 tackles. Corey Couch is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tyreek Austin Cave. What did he have? 162 tackles last year in New Jersey. Okay, maybe Manny needs to get more of his guys.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Because I saw last year a defense that, even though the offense kept putting them in horrible situations game after game, they didn't let up until Wisconsin, really. Because Boston College hammered us after they were on the field for 40 minutes of the game. Okay, so I saw a defense that played with pride, even though the offense was struggling.
And look, this is something that I want to say that I've seen a lot on Twitter, and I see Two Force said it about recruiting. I mean, let me ask you guys something, man. Why come to the U? Why come to the University of Miami? For what?
There you go.
To beat Central Michigan by 5? To lose against North Carolina after coming off a bye week?
But see, that's the thing, is don't tell me about your love for the U, because this U wasn't built by the players there.
But it's not like that no more, Big Dog. But it's not like that.
Nothing for that legacy.
Big Dog, it's not like it used to be no more. Like this U.
Well, that's my point, though.
And yeah, but us thinking
so
that
where do you get off looking past Central Michigan? Who the hell are you to look past Central Michigan? What have you done?
No, right, but I'm talking about
you were a big cheese in high school.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the big time recruits.
Go into any Burger King in the world. There's probably a big cheese in high school.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the recruits though. Like you guys want to get Justin.
I want to recruit dogs. I don't care if you are 2-star or 1-star. Give me a dog.
But my point is, people need to stop saying that we keep on losing recruits and people don't want to stay here. And this, why would they, man? Why would they?
But that's not. I don't buy that. I
do buy that. Why would you want to do that? You're Justin Flo. Let's say you're Justin Flo. You're Justin Flo. You're gonna come to a team that wins 7-6.
So you're gonna go to a team that will win a national championship without you anyway. Because Clemson doesn't need Justin Flo.
These kids want to win, man.
No. I didn't want to just win. I wanted me.
It's a different generation.
I wanted to impact. My legacy was the impact that I had on my team and my teammates.
I get it.
Somebody else's borrowed impact. Right now, the players that are there, this U, they didn't earn that U. That U was given to them.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying that when people,
for like 20 years straight, University of Miami did not have a first round bust ever. There was like 20. We went like a 25 player streak where every player that picked from Miami in the first round made Pro Bowls and was a big time starter in a row. Okay, what does that show? That showed guys that were dogs, guys that came to the U, established a legacy. Okay, what have these players done to allow them to look down on Central Michigan or anybody? And yes, do I hold the coaches accountable? They're the adults in the room. But at some point, you either are the U type of player or you're not. And if you're not and you want to break camp, see ya.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody was upset now about Derek Smith, right? Because we do need the depth. Okay, Pro Football Focus. 2 consecutive years. Who was our lowest ranked player with 100 or more plays on our defense?
What, this year?
No. 2018 and 2017.
Our lowest rated, say it again.
Pro Football Focus, our lowest rated defensive player who played 100 or more snaps.
Defensive player. I don't know who.
Derek Smith.
Okay.
But you're okay to be mad because Robert Knowles passed you up in the depth chart and you break camp. And that's okay.
Mm.
Okay, so what? Yes, he was better this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but is that the way you think life works? You show something for a few practices. Okay, that's it. Name me the starter.
Mm-hmm.
No, you earn that. And that's my problem is I see too much, look at my tape.
But that's not gonna change though.
It is. It is.
It's not gonna Big
It
Dog,
is.
Big
But
Dog. Look
I
at the
I
generation we
guarantee
live
you,
in.
you're not
Look
going
at the generation we
to
live in.
even
These
today,
kids care about who's hot right now.
even
Who's hot right
today.
now? Clemson,
Hold
Bama,
on.
Georgia.
Hold on. Hold on.
That those are the kids that
I'll
are
give you
hot
a
right
perfect
now,
example.
man.
I'm going to give you a
They're
perfect
gonna come
example.
to University of Miami that
I'm going to give you a perfect example.
you're back, and then you lose the pit. You get spanked by Clemson. You get spanked by
Okay.
Wisconsin. That's the
Have you
you
seen?
want to go
Hold on.
to?
Hold on. How many players have we seen in the NFL? Look at what the NFL players introduce themselves before a game. It isn't Clemson and Bama only. It's Eastern
No.
Michigan. It's Southern Illinois. It's Temple. It's okay. USC. Hey, there's an Alabama there. Okay, there's another guy, Western Michigan. There's a Ball State. There's players from all over to make it to the league.
Yeah.
All you need to do is ball. That's all you need to do if
I
you want to
get
make
it,
it to the
man.
league. Okay, look at the best players in football. Look at the guy who just earned his way out of football, Antonio Brown. Where did he play at school? Central Michigan.
Yeah.
You can make an argument the best receiver in football for 6 years, for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
I mean, now he's taking classes there again.
Buddy, with the donation, he wants me to throw my hat like Spurrier. I don't do a damn thing like Spurrier. That's my least favorite coach of all time. But no, man, it just I see, and I got to stay off of Twitter because I just see. Well, this is Manny's going to be gone. Manny ain't the guy. This and that. Okay, he's 4 games into it. I get it. Have patience. All right. But at what point do we say there's a certain percentage of players on our team that are not positive contributors to establishing a culture like we've had here for many years?
So maybe we've just had just terrible luck coaching wise then, and maybe it's gonna take time for Manny to.
Canes, I'm not saying that talent doesn't matter. Of course it matters. But if you are a star and you act like a diva, Don Chaney's a star. We haven't seen Don Chaney act like a diva. What did he do? Shut down his recruiting. Has he played at all? Has he said, no, I'm going to decommit and I'm going to take a trip here and I'm going to go here? No, what I'm talking about is be the type of dude that's in it, not for the attention, but for the accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? There is Ben Pratt. Thank you, Ben. Ben with the donation says he loves the rant.
Thank you, Ben.
What angers me is that it's very easy to say, well, the coaches need to do something about it. Okay. You got 76 players. There's no free agency in college football. Okay. There's no waiver list. Okay. So basically he inherited the roster he inherited. Some of those guys he recruited himself. Slim Shady came to the nation. Big Dog is not just Manny, but there's also a vocal group saying fire Enos, that he is no good. Absolutely, you hear guys saying that. And listen, there's things that Enos has done that I haven't liked, but I don't think that's the problem because Enos is
I think some of his play calling is the problem. Let's be
I
honest.
agree. I agree. What I'm saying is, it's not because of Enos that we had a bad practice last Wednesday. It's not because of Enos that Manny cut practice short yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. There comes a point in time where we have a group of players that isn't putting out 100%. Okay. And that's what needs to be stopped. So if I'm going to get a highly talented player, I want to vet that player attitude wise. I'm going to talk to his coach. I'm going to talk to his teachers. I'm going to talk to the principal. I want to know what type of a dude is he? Is he the type of dude that's going to come to the U and start earning his way and want to create a legacy at the U? Okay, because that's the thing. Like you were talking the other night, Hebrew. Oh my God, Hebrew Lion.
Oh, my brother.
Wow, Hebrew. Thank you so much,
Hebrew
partner.
Lion,
It
thank you
was a
so
big
much,
donation.
man.
Thank you, partner. Man,
Hebrew, you got a question, man? Any comment, man, that you would like
please
to
let us
say
know.
so we could put you on here, man? That's pure love right there. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Hebrew,
thank you
man.
so much.
That's too much, brother. But thank you, man.
That was it actually got me. She forgot the what's
You
the point
you completely threw us off with that Hebrew Lion.
he did. What was the point I was making?
I don't know, man. He really did throw me off
Oh,
with that.
about creating your own legacy here. Okay.
Right.
What I see, for example, from Don Chaney. Don Chaney wants to get to the U, and he immediately wants to earn a starting position. And not that he wants to be the starter. Notice the difference. He wants to earn being a starter. If not a starter, earn snaps. Okay. That's what I want to see. I want to see dogs. I want to see more to Corey Couches. I want to see more. Well, you mentioned Corey Flagg, Tyreek Austin Cave. I mean, on the team now,
The Trajan Bandies, DJ Dallas.
but even Trajan hasn't played like Trajan this year. He hasn't. I mean, he played fantastically against Florida. He really did.
But Trajan is
Yeah,
a
he's a
dog.
dog. He has a
He's a
dog
dog.
mentality.
He's
No,
a
you're right.
dog.
You're right.
He's a
He is.
dog.
He is. And no, and we got others. I mean, we got others. We got Corey Gaynors like that. I don't think what's going on with Zion and stuff like that, I don't think it's anything about his attitude at all. I just think he just wasn't ready and got thrown into the fire. Okay. But I do see, look at KJ Osborne. Why is a transfer from Buffalo? And I know people want to put this on Dan Enos or on Jaron. KJ Osborne has been our most dependable wide receiver. He's been a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the thing is why do we have a guy?
Romeo Finley's another one, international burn. That's a
Oh,
good one.
absolutely. Guys,
100%.
listen, don't think I'm talking about the entire team. There is a lot of guys on that team that are dogs and that do want to play.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. He says, I want dogs that stay consistent and progress. Okay. He says Lingard is a dog also. I mean, I haven't had a chance really. I mean, I watched a lot of tape of Lingard in high school. Haven't had a chance to really evaluate him at college level other than the Savannah State game.
Mm-hmm.
But I never saw him half-ass it in high school tape. Guys, what I'm trying to say is the players also, I understand that they're kids, but they also have to be held accountable for their attitude and their effort that they put in on a daily basis.
Yeah. But Joseph, you said BigDog. What are you saying is for grown men in the NFL? Then explain to me what the Canes back in the day. I mean, they were once kids too.
Michael Irvin
and it
didn't
was
learn
different.
how to work with the Cowboys. He brought that attitude with him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the Cowboy teams from back in, the Cowboys team, the Hurricane teams from back in the day, Green Tree was their games. Saturdays were easy. Mm-hmm. Green Trees was the one that was, a tough competition because you were competing against guys that were going to be first round draft picks, and you were competing with guys that wanted to win every rep against you.
Mm-hmm. This isn't back in the day. No, I agree, man. That's my only point. That's my only point that this is a completely new generation, man, and it's just different. It's different, but I think winning cures all, man, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, man. Like
we're 2-2, and we got the whole season ahead of us.
You think Justin Flo isn't a dog? Justin Flo's a dog.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you want
Don
dogs with
Chaney's
talent,
a dog. Don
but
Chaney's a dog.
oh yeah, 100%. But you want you want to stop losing these quote unquote recruits and stuff like that. I think we gotta win. We gotta win. And for those of you that I know are saying that on the fire Daninos or get rid of Manny, okay, fine. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and bring another offensive coordinator in with this offensive line, and it may not do well for 3 or 4 weeks, and you guys are gonna be saying to fire him too.
Yeah, I mean,
so you guys want to bring in a completely new regime for 1 year, and let's just blow it up. Let's just fire everybody. No, man, you got to give them at least time to get their guys to coach the guys that they're recruiting.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I understand.
Right.
I understand the criticisms of Danino.
No, I agree.
I understand the criticisms.
But then I want to see those types of players being brought in.
Right.
Then I don't want any more deals.
No. 100%. 100%.
With the donation, in reality, eliminate 1 or 2 mistakes. We're undefeated. That's true. We're overreacting about the team. Mo, I agree with you.
To a certain extent. Wait a second. Hold on. No. I'm not buying that either.
12 to Central Michigan is what you're saying.
Yeah, right, I'm not buying that either because
we are a couple of kicks away from being 4-0. That's true.
Okay, fine. But you had 2 weeks to prepare for North Carolina, and what the defense showed me is you guys did not prepare to play North Carolina.
Correct.
You did not. Your defense did not prepare to play North Carolina.
Right.
So that argument, and I'm not taking this out on you, Mo Como. I'm just saying that I was in agreement with you, especially with the Florida game. But then look at what this team did against Central Michigan, man. Yeah. There's a much bigger issue here, and frankly,
guys,
from that Florida game,
I watched that film. All our offensive line got punked by Central Michigan. And Central Michigan has some dudes, okay? I'm not saying they don't have any dudes, okay? But they have a whole bunch of dudes that are going to be selling life insurance in 2 years, okay? And our offensive line got punked 100%.
No, yeah, 100%. But I'm just saying that
we couldn't block them.
Where is that Miami Hurricanes team that even with giving up 10 sacks, even with giving up all the penalties, even with Jaron's first start, even with Zion, even with all the issues, Jeff Thomas's muff punt, even with all the issues that we had against Florida, we still almost beat Florida. Why? Because we were digging and clawing, and that first drive that Dan Enos threw out there against them. That was a completely different Miami team, and take away 2 mistakes on the defense, and we completely dominated Florida.
Yeah.
Ever since that first game, it's been downhill.
Yeah, it really has been.
It has been downhill. Listen, so I don't buy that.
Michigan was our worst performance of the year. Why are you having your worst performance in your 4th game of the year?
Yeah,
your worst performance should be game 1, which and it was for a lot of people. But game 2, you should be better. Game 3, you should be better. Now, I'm not talking about I'll give you an example. A 2001 team, we actually had 2 close calls. Okay, we had Boston College and Virginia Tech. Okay, we're both close calls. Okay, Virginia Tech was a good team that year. Boston College, we sort of overlooked them. Okay, but that team had won 20 games in a row when we overlooked Boston College.
Right.
And then we needed that great play at the end that Ed Reed got the ball away from our defensive end and ran it back for the touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but we had won 20 in a row at that point. Okay. What I see, the way I think of football players and the way I think of athletes in general, if I come into a game against Central Michigan, and I know, yes, we just beat Bethune 63-0. If I come into that game and I see that we're 1-2 and they are 2-1, obviously with different competition, but they're 2-1, I want to impose my will to the point that I get them to the point that they're ready to quit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely not what's happened. Now, is that not that lack of athletic pride? Is not that also on the players?
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's what Manny is asking for. You know, in this practice that he stopped, he's like, listen, either you guys fix it or I'm going to fix it. And I guarantee you guys are not going to like me fixing it.
I agree.
Because there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of players riding the pine. So Manny sees that lack of leadership between the players as well. In the transfer portal, what did he try to do? Bring in KJ Osborne to add some leadership. Bring in Tate to add some more competition, to raise the competition in the quarterback room. He's trying to create that old school Canes that guys just wanted to compete and compete.
But that's my point, though. That's my point. There's dogs like that still around in this world. Even though the generation is different, we have them on our team. We got a bunch of dogs on our team.
Yeah, 100%. Logan, two-star KJ Osborne is a leader on the field on offense. Yeah, 100%.
Guys, there is a reason. Why is it that an ACC Media Days, okay, when ACC Media Days came, we sent Shaq from the defense and a guy who had just gotten here in January for the offense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why is that? I'm asking. I thought they were going to send DJ Dallas, who's been a leader. Okay, Brevin Jordan is one of the team leaders, and he's a true sophomore.
Yeah.
Okay, there is.
And listen, man, I don't buy that whole thing. That
I agree, Eddie. I agree. There is, but not enough of them. And you're right. There isn't enough.
There's not enough of them. And there's one thing.
That's my point. That's the point of my rant, guys. It's at some point. I'm not talking about singling out a player, because at the end of the day, like I think it was Joseph that said that they're kids. Was it Joseph that said that they're kids at the end of the day and not grown men? I get that. Okay, I do get that. Okay, but what I'm saying is that at some point we need to realize that some of that talent that we think that we have might not be the talent that needs to be on the field. Because they have the talent, but they don't have the want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because, guys, you know, my old man used to say, and he used to say this all the time. When I was a kid, never forget my old man. He used to always say, people think, you know, it's easy that actually would say, it's hard to get to the big leagues, but it's even harder to stay there. And his point in that is that there's that group of guys that when they want to dominate everything they do every day. They want to compete every single day. They want to beat people every single day. And we need more of those guys. Now, yes, I'd love to have those guys with talent, like a Don Chaney, like a Justin Flo, like some of the guys that we've been talking about. But what I don't want anymore is a really talented resume that doesn't want to doesn't have the want to be the best in every drill.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. But my thing is, and this is what really concerns me, man, is that man, this really gets me hot, bro. Ever since Manny came in, Big Dog. Ever since Manny came in, he's been preaching the new Miami, been preaching competition, been doing different things. And some of the players haven't responded to it, frankly.
No.
They haven't responded to it.
No.
And that's what concerns me.
But here's the point, though. And again, I'm not saying
we're gonna get into the whole Jaron conversation as well, because I see a lot of people in here talking about, you know, Jaron and Cozy.
We're not. I'm not saying that I'm taking the coach's side over the player side all the time. What I'm saying is this: at some point, the players have to be accountable for themselves. Okay, and even if you aren't a grown man, that you're still a kid, you can still be hyper competitive as a kid.
Cool.
We got plenty of dogs on this team.
Fine. And then and
if we start seeing players who have talent not play, stop questioning the coaching staff and start thinking maybe that guy isn't earning his way onto the field.
No, but that's my point. Like, yeah, like there is, and Manny is giving them a chance for the players to hold themselves accountable. He's giving them a chance. But you know what? If things don't change, then some players gotta start to get benched.
There you go.
And some red shirts might get burned.
There you go.
And I'm good with it.
I'm good.
As long as we got dogs out there, and
Exactly right.
hey man, come on man, like that just gets me frustrated, and I don't like the argument saying that our talent is not as good as we thought it was.
I'll give you a perfect example. I know we got guys on here, and I want those guys to respond. Okay, the guys that are big Mark Pope fans. Okay, I respect the young man that he owned up to it publicly, and he said that he did not study his playbook hardly at all last year. Okay?
Who's this?
He owned up to it, Mark Pope.
Okay. He
admitted it publicly.
Yeah, he did.
He did not study his playbook last year.
Yeah.
Okay? And that he's been in his playbook a lot more. And now he's obviously he's actually banged up now with that foot or ankle injury.
Right.
Okay. Here's my question to those of you that are Mark Pope fans. Okay. What do you tell me about a freshman that arrives at the University of Miami and says, I'm going to chill my first year? I'm not going to hit that playbook. And okay, if I don't get in the games, I don't get in the games.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell me about that?
Oh yeah. That's part of the mentality that we're talking about.
Now again, I don't want to call out the kid. First off, he showed me maturity and manned up that he admitted it publicly, which he didn't have to do. Okay? So I want to throw that out there as a qualifier. Yeah. But let me ask you a question. When you come in to a program, the guy who you want to fight with you in that alley, okay, when it's 2 a.m, isn't a guy who comes in his first year and says, I'm just going to chill.
Yeah. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see some research being done on the percentages between whether 5 stars lived up to the hype or whether 3 and 4 stars.
One of the things, well, some
were better.
Correct.
No.
Some 5 stars.
But I'm saying I feel like I see a lot more 3 and 4 stars outperform a lot of 5 stars.
But here's what Manny said, and he went into detail when he went to explain his recruiting. He went into detail about that. And what he said is his analytics department has studied it, and that there's a type of recruit that has a lot of drama in their recruiting, that recruit usually underachieves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the guy who silent commits and then switches schools and then decommits and then is being courted and then reaches at the table for another hat and then ends up 2 weeks later committing to someplace else. Okay, that type of guy traditionally underperforms.
Yeah,
and Manny addressed that specifically.
Yeah, James. Well, this is a new team. Don't forget that how many freshmen / sophomores playing. No, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. It's a young team.
I agree.
It's a young team. 100%.
We are very young. Okay, yeah. But here's the thing. We were talking about the Corey Couch just now. Okay, this is a guy that comes in here. Okay, if anybody has a reason to take it easy, it's the Corey, because we knew he weighed 149 pounds last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if there's anybody that needs a redshirt year, it's the Corey, because he needs to get up to 175.
Miami is not the only program, Newport King, that has 5-star bus, my friend.
No, yeah, there's plenty of other 5-star.
There's a lot more 5-star bust out there.
My point on Corey is did Corey come in here and say, "Oh, I got to gain some weight. I got to get up to 175, 180 before I play"?
Mm-hmm.
What did Corey do?
He got up there.
Make you put me on the field.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm going to make you put me on the field. I don't care if I weigh 10 pounds. You're going to put me on this field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right now, who's our fourth corner? The Corey Couch. No, the Corey Couch.
Yeah.
He's our backup nickel right now. Our backup nickel. Trajan's when they moved Trajan into true nickel. I'm not talking about the striker. I'm talking about a true nickel.
Yeah.
They move Trajan. They kicking Trajan inside. The backup inside guy is Corey at 165 pounds.
Yeah,
because he's a dog. Live squad, yeah, absolutely, he's a dog.
Yeah,
he doesn't give a damn. He weighs 165 pounds. He's gonna stick his head in there.
All right, man. So you wanna whatchamacallit, start getting into this Jaron topic that our chat seems to wanna talk about, because apparently the best quarterback on the team is on the sideline.
There's things that I just don't understand, and that's part of it. When I look around, I see people talking about JT4 here. Okay. So far, you correct me if I'm wrong. Did he not muff a punt and drop 2 passes that were touchdowns? Okay, both of them, you could say the quarterback played a good play, but there was 2 different passes he had a chance to make a play on that would have been scores and didn't make them.
I think it was not just 1 touchdown. One of them was close.
Well, the other one would have been a TD also. It was right around the goal line.
No, that one wasn't.
Well, close to the goal line.
Yeah, close, yeah. But he didn't drop it.
Right. Okay. My point on that is, and again, I'm not singling out JT4. I think JT4 is very, very talented. Okay. Do I think that talent meets the production? No. What is the disconnect?
So people will say Jaron. People will say Jaron is a disconnect. Yeah.
Okay. Explain to me, those that are saying Jaron, why is Jaron's average length of completion a yard more than Nkosi's was last year? And this year. Because Nkosi has the same, in his little 10 attempts that he has the same average per completion that he had last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live squad
is a yard longer. Explain to me that.
Has no drop. 44.6 QBR.
I don't know what game you're talking about.
No, I think that's a season.
There's no way he's at 44.6 QBR. Absolutely no way.
I think I did see he was at 44.6, but
for the season, absolutely no way. Maybe Central Michigan. Possibly Central Michigan. There's no way he's at 44.6 QBR.
But with QBR, they take into account so many analytics when the new
QBR.
The new QBR.
That level for the season. There's absolutely no way.
Below 25% on throws beyond 20 yards. Even though some of those were drops, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, so I think I made this point with whole
completion. His average completion is a yard more than Nkosi's was last year, and Nkosi's is this year. And the big difference is he's completing 73% of his passes as opposed to 50. Those of you that think he shouldn't be the starter, explain that to me.
Yeah.
If Jaron is just a dink and dunker, why is it that his average per completion is a yard more than Nkosi's was last year, who you guys seem to think is a long ball thrower? Explain that to me. And we're not talking a small sample size. We're talking 116 passes for Jaron this year and 190, what is it, 191 or 197 last year for Nkosi. Okay, somebody explain that to me.
Yeah.
If he
Hurricane Logan,
run after the catch. Okay, perfect example. Thank you for saying run after the catch. Why is the run out of the catch that much higher than it was last year?
People are going to say the offense.
No, because people are getting the ball where they need to get the ball.
Yeah.
Because of the ball placement.
Right. The Hurricane Logan, 2 for 10, past or 20 or more yards. 4 are drops. Now,
first off, I don't buy that's.
Let's just say, but whatever. Let's just say it's not. Let's just say it's not 4 drops.
No, they said it before. The last 2 passes right before the first half of Bethune-Cookman, both of those went over 20 yards. One went about 30 yards in the air. One went about probably right about 20, I would think. and those are not counted. Those are the things that I'm quite. And here's the
how is he?
example that I
How are there only 2 completions over 20 yards?
which is that's not the reality of it. Here's what I don't understand. Okay, this is the thing. I look out there, I see offensive linemen getting beat by the same move by guys who are not Zuniga, who are not Jonathan Greenard.
Yeah.
Okay, getting punked. Okay, I see wide receivers that are not living up to billing.
No, but I will say. Okay, go
I
ahead.
see a
Go
lot
ahead.
of stuff.
Yeah.
I see a lot of stuff, and then to me, trying to pin something on Jaron when you're ignoring all the other stuff that has nothing to do with Jaron. If the entire team played the way Jaron has played, we'd be 4-0. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Can he play better? Absolutely.
He does. He does hold the ball too long, Dreadlock.
He's held the ball too long.
100%. Yeah.
I agree with you. He absolutely has held the ball too long.
Yeah. Saeed, I also agree with that. His pocket. Damn, I see. I lose you sometimes. Damn it, I lost it. There it is. Yeah, his pocket awareness is lacking sometimes. That safety was totally unacceptable. Not 100%. He had to get rid of the ball. Listen,
on him.
Yeah, and
one time did I ever say do you any of you expect a redshirt freshman to be perfect?
Yeah,
I never once said he was perfect. He does have to get rid of the ball more often. I'd like him to use his legs a little bit more. I think he's going to use his legs a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, look at the reality of it. At the reality of it, that's not the problem.
Yeah.
The problem isn't JW. The problem is, okay, what did Jaron have to do with our running game averaging 2.5 yards against Central Michigan? Why didn't our offensive line? You got Navon Donaldson, who's a junior, who has started every game of his college career. Okay, you got Corey Gaynor, who's a redshirt sophomore, who got playing time in 2017 and has played this year. Okay, you have DJ Scaife, who did play, he's a true sophomore. He only played 6 or 7 games last year, or started 6 games, I think, last year, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
All right. But we did not impose our will against Central Michigan. What does that have to do with Jaron? So you guys are not upset that our offensive line got punked by Central Michigan's front 7 in the running game and in the passing game.
I just sometimes I don't like arguing these things because it makes it sound like I'm trying to trash and cozy or like
I don't want to trash either one. I do not get this. I do not get that the facts don't bear it out, but they're still looking to pin something on the quarterback that they did not want.
Okay, so
because if he was dink and dunk, he would not be averaging a yard more per completion and averaging 3 more per attempt. 3 more yards per attempt, 1 more yard per completion. Okay, now you guys don't know what Enos is telling him. Okay, that's something that Enos is going to look at game film differently than the rest of the people are. That's the thing. Jaron does not have a weak arm. I've seen Jaron moving to his left, throw it 55 yards on the fly and hit somebody in stride. I've seen him throw it 50 yards off of one leg.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't. He doesn't have as strong of an arm as in Cozy.
Cozy does, but you want to know one of the strongest arms I saw in my life was Jamarcus Russell. Ryan Leaf had a cannon for an arm. How did those people turn out?
Yeah.
No, Slim Shady. Slim Shady, thank you so much for the donation. I wasn't comparing, because you talk about CMR's offense. What I was comparing was the average per completion of the quarterbacks. That was my comparison.
Yeah, but they're attributing that to the offense, though.
It has nothing to do with the crappy offense. Is my point.
Well, you didn't see
If he was pushing the ball downfield, he would have a higher average per completion, especially when he missed a lot of short passes.
Yeah,
that's my point.
I get it, man.
I look around and I see, guys, our offensive line got punked by Central Michigan's front seven. What does that have to do with Jaron Williams?
All right, so can I be?
Yeah, Dan King brings up. Hell yeah, Steve watched much. Ken Dorsey's arm was weaker than Jaron's also.
Now look, now I'll say this. Um, I'll say this. Do I think Jaron Williams has missed guys down the field? I've seen it. I've seen it, so I understand the criticisms. Now, this is a point that I made with Wholesome and Paul. Hold on.
Quarterback in
hold on.
Football.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. So people don't think that we're completely blind, and all we see is Jaron Williams. Like, I saw him. I do see him miss passes at times, and I do understand where some people are saying that he's scared to stretch the ball down the field. I do see him being a little hesitant. Now, what I attribute that to is the language that we were hearing leading up to the quarterback competition, and ultimately the decision that led to Jaron was don't burn the house down, don't turn over the ball, don't throw any picks. Now, I also believe that the offensive line, especially when your first game, and especially, I mean, that it was just terrible. I think that really messes with your internal.
I'm sorry, dude. Wes Noel with the donation, he says, "Why don't we go deep? We can't beat good teams without it." Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to expand on that a little bit, but I do think that we are going to see some changes moving forward. At least I hope, because if we don't, it's gonna be a problem. Now, I think that the internal clock is a little screwy with Jaron's head, but I do see slow developing plays with Dan Enos. And frankly, when you have an offensive line that does not give you that much time back there, and you're calling play action plays on 3rd and 11, it's really difficult to really get your guys the ball down the field. Now,
I wanted to address. Can I address that point before you continue? Slim Shady, where's the running ability? Thank you again for the donation.
And that's another thing that I will say.
Address that, and I think you will see him running more starting Virginia Tech, because Jaron has addressed that one of the things that Enos has told him about taking advantage of his legs and using his legs more often. Jaron has now talked about that a couple of times.
Wes Noel, by the way, man, I know BigDog thanked you, but I didn't thank you. Thank you so much, man.
The point I was making is this. This is the point I wanted you to incorporate as you're saying that. Okay, here's a question for the chat. Okay, the fastest receiver, pick the fastest receiver in the history of football, if you'd like. How long does it take them to run 30 yards on a straight line in pads?
I don't know how long.
About 3.5 seconds.
Okay,
and that's if you're not touched by a DB and you run in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
That's to run 30 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been a lot of times that Jaron doesn't have 3.5 seconds?
Yeah, that's something I wasn't understanding, that people were saying that he's having an adequate time in the pocket when he's getting less than 3 seconds in the pocket.
That's not adequate time, guys. It takes the fastest receiver. Guys, think about this. A guy that runs a 4.5 40, starting from a stop, that's your slowest part. So a guy that runs a 4.5 40 is probably running a 30 in 3.5, 3.4 seconds. And that's if he's not pushed, if he's not touched. And that's in a straight line. That isn't a post.
Right.
Okay.
Wait. How is that not a point, Hurricane Low? So like, okay, so hold on. So if what BigDog is saying about a receiver getting down the field, it's going to take him a little over 3 seconds, but Jaron Williams is getting less than 3 seconds in the pocket, and yet he's still going through his progressions, and that goes back to the point that I was trying to say is Enos.
By the way, when you say 2.5 is the national average, that takes into account short passes that don't take that long to develop.
Right.
The fact is that Central Michigan is a perfect example. He got his clock clean on back-to-back plays in about a second and a half from his blind side.
Yeah. But
That's my point.
I feel anticipate the throw. Yeah, listen.
I started by saying that I know there are things that he has to incorporate to his game.
I agree, 100%.
I never said that he's been perfect.
Now, I just want to ask everybody in this chat one question right now. Please, just one question. I just want a yes.
Even if 54 is faster than 4.5, it still takes him 3.5 to run 30 yards.
Okay, one question.
Simple as that. And
just
that's
one
straight.
Just one question.
Go ahead.
One question. I want everybody in the chat to give me a simple yes or no answer. Is Jaron Williams the reason why we're 2-2? That's all I want. Because I'm sorry, but nobody in this chat or nobody watching could tell me that the reason why the Canes have lost 2 games is because of number 15.
That's my point.
So you guys want to bench the guy that should have us 4-0 right now. That's the only thing I'm trying to say. So, assuming a lot of people are putting the blame on Jaron Williams for some reason.
It has nothing. Okay, JW has had drops on deep balls, but also have to agree the defenses have dropped at least 5 interceptions. Can't have it both ways. The defenses have dropped it, not 5. There's no way it's been 5. Because you can't talk about if they get one hand on it at 5. But he has thrown a couple that should have been picked for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'm not talking about the drops. I'm talking about when you're talking about the long passes, if you have a very small sample size. That's the only reason the drops were even mentioned. Because if you had a much larger sample size,
Baby Shaq, he drove us down the field to take the lead against North Carolina.
No, he gave us the lead against North Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. He gave us the lead against North Carolina. What do you mean?
In the fourth quarter.
Right. And
our defense couldn't stop a 4th and 17, but it's his fault.
Dreadlock, what I think is holding the offense back is frankly the offensive line and Dan Enos is questionable with his play calling.
And I think Dan Enos' play calling is questionable, and it's been magnified because of the offensive line.
Oh, correct, but that's when you make adjustments, big dog.
Exactly.
That's when you don't run a play action when it's 3rd and 11.
100%. There you go. Now we're that part. I'm 100% in agreement with you.
That's when you have to make adjustments.
I'd like to see Jaron in the shotgun 80% of the time.
Why are you gonna pin your back to the defense?
I agree.
With a slow developing play, especially on a 3rd and 11, especially in the game that you're not running the football, man.
I agree.
What those linebackers were doing when he was going back there for play action, like you ain't gonna run that.
That to me, right. That to me is all on Enos, because a great coach does not adjust his players to his scheme. He adjusts his scheme to his players.
Yeah.
And that's what Dan Enos has to do, and that's what he hasn't done up until now. Because I like to see Jaron in the shotgun as exclusively as possible, just to give him that extra time because of our offensive line. Orange and Green Blood brings up a great point. The
penalties, man.
Guys, that's lack of discipline. That is, yes, it's youth and inexperience too, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But it's also, guys, we committed 14 penalties against Florida, with 13 against Central Michigan.
That's ridiculous, man. Like how you get called for 13 penalties against Central Michigan? For real?
Look at Cam Harris's average yards per carry. It's not good at all, because he's had 2 50-yard runs that were called back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, and that I do put on Dan Enos' lap.
Yeah. He still wouldn't throw it deep. I mean, I don't know. Deuce, at this point, man, like I don't know what else to say to that, man. Look, I think he's missed some shots. And
so has every quarterback that's ever played the game.
Yeah, but I think it's Jaron's fault. LOL. I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit here and diss you guys or whatever, because hey, I love your opinion, and you guys are entitled to your opinion
Absolutely.
100%. So if you guys don't think, you guys put a lot more emphasis on Jaron being the issue, then I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna tell you guys don't know anything about what you talking about. Like we just have different opinions on that, man. But in my eyes, I don't think Jaron Williams is the issue. But I can also say that
Westall, what's the average time a college has to get the ball out? I'd say on average, you're probably looking about that 2.5. Westall, again, thank you for the donation.
thank you,
I think
Wes,
you're
man.
probably
Appreciate you,
on
man.
average, it'll be that 2.5 time. But the thing is, that takes into account a lot of short passes, because sometimes what they do on longer passes is you go max protect. And then if you go max protect, then you do have 3.5 seconds. So you can see if they're going to take that to have it open. And Jaron has been going through his progressions. Now, if some of you want to say that he should have stayed on his longer on his first one longer, okay, that's legit. That's a legit legit critique.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay? But at the same time, we have an offensive line that leaks like a sieve.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't say both. You can't say he needs to stay on his first read longer and then say he holds the ball too much. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. The times that I did see Jaron miss some passes, to Jeff, and people are pointing to, I believe it was on the first drive. He was rolling out to his left, and I think it was JT4 was running a post in the corner of the end zone, and I think he threw it to Mallory. Now,
on the big gainer that Mallory had,
with decisions like that, are you gonna? And don't get me wrong, Jeff Tom. What do you say, Big Dog?
No, I'm saying, are you talking about the one that Mallory had the big gainer on?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one. Okay. Don't get me. Jeff Thomas was open on that post. It was looking like it was gonna go to the corner of the end zone. Jaron was rolling out to his left. He's looking at everybody. He sees nobody around Will Mallory. Frankly, he's going out to his left. It was gonna be a tough throw to make. Now, I understand that a lot of people want to see him make that throw to Jeff Thomas, but frankly, that is a much lower percentage throw than the throw to Will Mallory. And Will Mallory caught it because he had nobody around him, so he caught it in space.
I think they also another throw that he went to. I'm not sure about the KJ Osborne, but yes, that one that you're talking about, the Mallory. The smart throw is Mallory.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You got a guy
dreadlock. Malika hit Jeff D. What happened to that Clemson? You remember that Clemson, that one of those in our first drive?
That's the thing that I still want somebody to see.
I'm just messing with you, man.
But
that was a bad pass.
I have not seen Jaron do once in 4 games is have a wide open receiver and him throw it over the guy's head where the guy can't even touch it. That hasn't happened with Jaron one time in 4 games.
Yeah.
How many times did we see that last year? With both. A bunch.
No, I know.
There's a reason why he completes 73%. That isn't just dink and dunk.
Yeah.
Is because of his accuracy.
Okay, so fine. All right, man. So you know what? Let's go ahead and put in N'Kosi Perry in. All right. What's gonna happen when maybe N'Kosi doesn't have a hot game? Then what? Oh, let's put Tate Martell in. Like, what has Jaron done to lose these 2 games? Like, come on, man.
Film of Jaron Williams, I can tell you, Jaron Williams, if he's healthy, will be our starting quarterback the rest of the time he's at the University of Miami. I can tell you that's going to be the case.
That what? Say it again.
C-Love Kane, combination of issues, play calling, offensive line, QB holding on the ball too long, player integrity. Great show.
I agree with all of that.
100% agree with you on all of those.
Yeah.
On all of those.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. What was the point I was making? Thank you so much, C-Love Kane, again for the donation, partner.
Yeah, thank you, brother, man.
What was it that we were saying? Oh, what I will tell you is breaking down film of Jaron Williams' game This conversation can continue. That's fine. The people could keep talking about it. Breaking down film of Jaron Williams' game, I can tell you he will be the starting quarterback for the University of Miami for as long as he's healthy and at the University of Miami. Period.
So yeah, God forbid he
Period.
doesn't get hurt.
Things that he does really, really well, he does to a level that we have not had here in, I'm going to say, generations. Seriously, the things that Jaron Williams can do well, we have not had a guy do at Miami to this level in a very, very long time.
Austin Canes, I get it, man, but you know what, man? Like that's why I don't feel comfortable, because I don't feel comfortable because it makes it seem like, oh, I don't want N'Kosi Perry to be our quarterback, or I think N'Kosi Perry's whack.
Like, those guys, hold on, man. Hold on. I'm going to do my Steve Spurrier now. Hold on. Okay. Guys that watch this show from the very, very beginning knows what did we say over and over and over again. Please, those of you that watch from the very beginning, say if this is the truth or not. We said we are Jaron guys and have been that from the beginning. And whoever wins the job, that's who we're riding with. And if Jaron doesn't get the job and he transfers, so be it. I was a University of Miami fan before Jaron Williams' dad was born. Okay? So this idea, that's the part that bothers me, that people think that I'm defending him strictly because that's the guy who I believe. Those of you who have been with us from the beginning, did I not say that whoever the coaches picked, that's who I was riding with? Who did I say was the best quarterback during spring?
Cozy.
And Cozy Perry.
Not Cozy. Let me start saying it right.
Cozy Perry. Okay?
Yeah.
So I did say I was a Jaron guy since the beginning, but I said the best quarterback was N'Kosi Perry in the spring. Okay. Whoever the coaches select, that's who I'm riding with. And I said it just like this. I've been a Jaron guy since the beginning, but if he doesn't win the job and he chooses to transfer, so be it. Okay. So at no time did I do, well, Jaron played a better spring. Hold on. Chug my beer with the donation. Thank you, Chug Mo beer. Chug Mo beer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said the biggest problem is Eno's protection schemes and play calling on the back-to-back plays. The left tackle got beat. Eno's had tight end and running back help on the right side, no help on the left side. Coaching.
I'm sorry. Chug Mo beer. I'm sorry. I neglected to mention that. That's one of the things when I reviewed the film that I saw, and you're 100% right. I should have brought that up earlier. Yes, I did not like the protection scheme that he ran. And then after your guy gets beat, not only do you run a slowly developing play, you don't give him help on the second play. And he annihilates your quarterback. Gets your quarterback gets slammed once again from his blind side.
That's what I'm saying, man. Some of this falls on Eno's coaching. Coaching, man.
And some of the fact that I think they've stressed the don't burn the house down a little bit too much with Jaron.
Right. Yeah. That's something I was trying to.
Absolutely.
But I don't know, man. Look, frankly, guys, there was a quarterback competition. All right. Like just hear me out for a second. There was a quarterback competition. Jaron Williams won the quarterback competition. Jaron Williams is not the reason why we have 2 losses on our schedule. So why do you guys want to give N'Kosi Perry a shot? I understand there's N'Kosi Perry fans, and rightfully so. Me and the Big Dog are Jaron Williams fans. We've always been. Are we going to be a little bit biased? I think maybe so, but we try to be as objective as we can. But I'm looking at the basics, and I asked it in the chat to people put in yes or no. Is the reason why we're 2-2 on Jaron Williams? The majority said no. Jaron Williams won the quarterback competition fair and square.
Correct.
So why?
Ben Pratt with the donation. I'm sorry, dude. The only reason this passes, Ben, thank you so much for the donation, partner. Our underthrown is the plays take too long to develop, but by that time the receivers are at the top of the route. That's also partially true. I don't like some of the plays are definitely slowly developing, Ben, for sure. So I'm sorry, dude. Go ahead.
Nah, man. I mean, guys, I like. I don't know, man. The offense is in shambles. You need to do something. I agree, Hurricane Loso, but I don't think changing the quarterback is one of those things.
I'm telling you, I've broken down the film. Jaron Williams will be your quarterback as long as he's healthy and at the University of Miami. And oh,
Dudes,
by the way,
I
he
get
will
it.
play at the next level.
But look, dudes, I get it, and this is where I do sympathize. I do sympathize with people wanting to see something different because the offense is not performing the way we thought the offense was going to perform. So I do agree. I do agree with you 100%. That's why I feel like
Seeing
some people,
different in terms of system, not in terms of who's playing the
right?
quarterback.
But what because there are fans that think and Cozy's more of a gunslinger. He's gonna drop back there, take more chances, throw the ball downfield, stretch the field. So I understand the criticisms and I understand some of the reasons why people want to see a change at the quarterback position. I just can't agree with them, and I just have a different opinion, and that's all, man. Like I'm not here to trash and Cozy or any of that, man. We have different opinions, but I understand where you guys are coming from. But I disagree because I think that Jaron Williams won the quarterback competition, and I think that Jaron Williams is another reason why we're 2-2. And I think that there are things that Jaron Williams needs to work on, but I do think those things that he does need to work on is gonna come with coaching that we need to see from Dan Enos and a better offensive line. And Dan Enos, in a sense, stop handcuffing Cozy by putting him under center so much, put him more in the shotgun, do things that are gonna put Jaron in a place that he's gonna be able to succeed the best. So that's what I think needs to happen on this bye week and and heading into the rest of the season as we get into the ACC schedule. That's my only point. I don't think there needs to be a change at the quarterback position. I think that Enos needs to make some changes. I think the offensive line, we need to figure out what's going to happen because we saw shuffling going on in the Central Michigan game. And some of the things that me and BigDog have said from the very beginning is we don't want to see musical chairs with the offensive line. We're starting to see a little bit of that. Now, granted,
by necessity,
because the guys out there are not getting it done. But this was my concern heading into the season. I want to see a group of 5 solid, sticking with them all the way through. Now, obviously, when you're having a lot of struggles on the offensive line, you want to mix things up and try to get a right combination. So I do understand that, but I feel like the plays are slow developing. You're putting Jaron under center way too much. Jaron said it in his press conference. He doesn't remember playing so much under center since he was like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, he was a kid.
I mean, so his best, the high school quarterback that we saw, Jaron Williams, was what? Spread offense in the shotgun.
Correct. So, and here's the thing, though, to add to that point is this. The multiple offense that Dan Enos is trying to run, okay, is a great offense. Okay, right. It's what you see the best offenses in the NFL run. Here's the problem. We don't have that offensive line in order to play that multiple system. So go spread. Forget about the coast part. Go spread more often and put them in the shotgun. But go ahead.
Why? Okay, and this is another thing. Okay. When do you guys see a quarterback benched?
When he's playing really, really poorly.
When he's playing really, really poorly, like doing what? I'm just out of curiosity. I'm just like, why do you bench quarterbacks?
That's why
he's turning over the ball, or he's throwing picks,
or he's playing poorly. He's not completing passes,
Has Jaron done any of those things? Has Jaron done any of those things?
No, absolutely not. And that's my 247. Canes had a great point. He said that things are a lot more complicated, and it's true. The fixes aren't as simple as many fans make them out to be. We only have our offensive line, or we got to dance with who we have.
He plays that Felipe.
Okay, we have to dance with whom we have, and our offensive line isn't going to be fixed overnight. Okay, I thought we were on the mend, and then I saw a Central Michigan front 7 punk our offensive line. Okay, that's to begin with. the culture change that we talked about, that's going to take some time. Okay. Guys really buying into the system, that's going to take some time. So there is 247 Canes had a great point that is going to take a lot longer than what people think. Okay. Now, that being said, okay, I had a question from Will that said, what exactly do I see on film? I'll tell you what I see on film with Jaron is perfect ball placement, an incredibly high percentage of the time. Okay, which leads to those yards after the catch. All right. What I saw a lot last year, the year before last, was patterns that if the receiver gets the ball in the right location with the right touch, he could have done something. And we couldn't because they catch it up here or they have to jump to catch it, and then they get a 2-yard gain. Okay. What I've seen on film, okay, to give you further specifics in terms of what I saw on film, Jaron against Florida in my life, okay, and I've been watching, playing, seeing, I coach some, you name it, evaluated, consulted. What I've seen, in all my years of watching football, I've never seen a left tackle grade at 0.0, okay, and have a quarterback still throw for over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns with no. Oh, actually, he had 1 touchdown that game. 1 touchdown, no picks, and complete 63% of his passes. Never seen that, especially in this first start. Okay, what do they say about Tom Brady, the GOAT of quarterbacks of all time? How did the Giants beat him in 2007? They were able to rush him with 4 and get him off his spot. Okay, Jaron was off his spot that entire night and had us in position to win that ball game in his first start.
Buddy says Tom Brady will struggle behind our O-line.
Absolutely would. Absolutely he would. And the thing is, guys, that to me is when I see a young quarterback being able to maintain his accuracy, even when he's getting hit play after play sometimes. Okay, that's amazing. Will, you're asking why we aren't 4-0. We aren't 4-0 because we've had a kicker who has missed as many as he's made. Our defense gave up a 4th and 17. Okay, we had the drop punt by Jeff Thomas against Florida.
Bubba, okay. Man.
What's that?
Bubba
back. No, I don't want to single out a kid, but listen.
I'm not saying him out. I'm just saying that's one of the reasons as well.
Him. It wasn't just him. But we've had our offensive line who has really struggled.
Yeah.
That was my point, guys. It isn't that Jaron doesn't need to improve certain parts of his game. Absolutely, he does.
Okay, I have a question. I have one more question for you guys. What does Jaron need to do in the next few games for you guys to stop with he needs to get benched talk? That's what I want. Like, what does he need to do? Like, you guys need to see like some deep passes. You guys need to see him like with a 3 touchdown game. Like, what do you guys?
You say our defense is top 15. Okay, that's after we gave up 300 yards, a little bit over 300 to Florida, and almost 400 to North Carolina.
Paul says,
and the last 2 games have been against Bethune-Cookman and Central Michigan. Yeah. Our defense did not play top 15 against North Carolina. That's for damn sure.
Throw it deep and connect. All right, Dreadlock.
That's fine.
I do think it's gonna happen, man.
That's fine.
I do think it's gonna happen.
But the thing is, Dreadlock, there's a certain percentage of people that Jaron could come out and light it up like Aaron Rodgers on his best day, and there's still people that are going to say that, well, no, my guy, whether it's Tate or Nkosi, would do it better. See, that's the thing that I wouldn't have done, because if Jaron had not won the job, you wouldn't have heard a peep out of me about Jaron.
Oh yeah, I was going to be done with it. Yeah.
Exactly. I was going to be done with it. Whoever they decided, and I said it over and over, guys, on the previous shows. If Jaron does not win the job, so be it. All I wanted was for him to get the opportunity. He got the opportunity. If he did not win the job, so be it. If he decides to transfer because he didn't win the job, so be it. Mm-hmm. Let's ride with Nkosi. Let's ride with whoever they selected.
Yeah, one thing I do want to see 100% is
what's
him
not
run.
True, Lotso? I don't know what he's saying about what's not true.
I'm not sure, but one thing I would like to see Jaron do more is tuck the ball and run, man. I think he needs to do that a little bit. You cut off your mic, big dog. Your mic.
Yeah, he's talked about that the last couple of times.
He has, and
he said he has to run some more.
He brought it up himself. So yeah, no, it's what we're seeing with our eyes as a fan base. We've been waiting for an offense since Al Golden. Man, see, I lost you, Dreadlock. Al Golden. So when is it like? Why is it not? So when is it not working? Why? Like,
so why is it not working?
Yeah.
Up until
y'all keep saying go deep. We ain't got nobody deep that's open. That's King Millie.
I mean, I would agree with that to an extent. Nowhere near the way that we think, and we haven't had our offensive line that could really protect.
Yeah,
guys, I was really positive up until that Central Michigan game. I started really losing it some the way we came out against North Carolina. Yeah. The way we came out against North Carolina really upset me. But that Central Michigan game, man, I don't think I've ever been that angry after a win.
See, Hurricane Loso, and that's where I would disagree with you. And this is where I would say that it has nothing to do with me being a Jaron guy. No. If we were 2-2 and Nkosi Perry was played the exact 4 games that Jaron Williams has played,
change quarterbacks. I could tell you that much.
I would be like, oh, I'm running with 5 all the way. Yeah, like that's where I disagree. Like I don't think that Jaron is the issue. Like when it comes to that. So if Nkosi Perry has done exactly what Jaron has done up until this point, I would say the same thing. I see no reason why to put a Jaron Williams or
I wouldn't have brought it up. I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Nah, Deuce.
I wouldn't have mentioned Jaron.
Nah, me neither. I do think Deuce. I've said see sometimes I get confused. I don't know if you guys are talking to like guys in the chat or you're talking to us, but you know I have seen Jaron not get off of his progression quicker than he should. Maybe I have seen guys open. That's one that I have seen. I've seen guys open downfield, and I have seen.
But Jaron could have made that pass. But
we've seen it, big dog. We've seen it though.
I have, but that's my point. I've also seen a guy who's a junior who everybody says was a first-round draft pick and get covered not just by C.J. Henderson, not just by Marco Wilson, but by guys in North Carolina.
I get it.
I've also seen that.
Sim Shady with another.
Where's all that comment?
Sim Shady with another 5. He says, my only problem with Jaron is not running when he has open field and checking down.
I agree, Sim Shady. He needs to run some more.
Wide open JT several times, and Hightower wide open a few more.
I mean, I've seen JT open some. But the one what I have not seen is I saw JT come open late on a play that Jaron was scrambling against Florida. I saw JT come open on plays that Jaron didn't have the time to get him the ball.
No, but there was a play, but I mean, whatever. I'm not trying to make an excuse for him, but it was his first game. But there was a play that he had JT wide open in the end zone against Florida.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one he was scrambling on.
No, he wasn't scrambling. He was in the pocket.
And he had time?
Well, he had adequate time because JT was already breaking open and there was nobody back there. The thing that messed with Jaron,
the play that I looked
at, linebacker stepped up kind of in his face.
No, that was the one that John Campbell missed the guy playing the 60 right over him. How do you miss a guy who's in your face?
Yeah, no,
who's playing right up with you, and John Campbell let him go. If that's the one you're talking about, that's the one that the guy got right in his face,
yeah,
from right up the middle. So how is that on Jaron?
BigDog, what do you be looking at? JT went out fight for the 50, but he did it multiple guys against UNC. Yeah, he had time, no excuse. I think he did. I think he did have time to hit JT on
I don't,
that.
if it's the one I'm thinking of, we might be thinking of different
He
plays.
even
Then.
said it. He even said it. Jaron and Enos both said that he.
No, the one that Eno said he talked about. He said one was the one that John Campbell missed the assignment, and
What's
the
up,
other
Jay?
two was that Zion got beat right off the get go.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Jay?
What do you say, Jay?
Nah, listen, man. I look, guys. I understand some of the criticisms, but I don't understand how. Okay, so if we're 4-0, are we having a different conversation? Like, are you guys still calling
That's
for?
the point.
Are you guys still calling for?
I don't think we are.
No, cozy. If we're 4-0, because then if you say no, we wouldn't be calling for Nkosi, then you are saying that the 2 losses are on Jaron. So which one is it? You get me? So whatever, man. I mean, listen, I don't expect people to agree with everything that we're saying. Like I said, man, we disagree. It is what it is. It's all good, man. But you know, I just if it was if Nkosi would have been playing like Jaron had been playing, I wouldn't be calling for Jaron to come. I don't know, man. Whatever.
Antoine, Enos's play calling is deficient. I'll give you that. Our horrid offense has to do with offensive line play and penalties. Penalties galore.
The losses are on J. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna get upset.
I don't see how you can say that.
I don't see how you can say the losses are on.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. We still love you guys, man. Thank you for your opinions. You know, I feel like we've already beat this dead horse with why we don't think, you know, Jaron Williams is the issue.
I can tell you this, but
I'm not gonna keep on going back.
Jaron is going to have an NFL career. I can tell you that much. Looking at film, that type of accuracy, that type of ball placement, that doesn't come along frequently. So
yeah, it's been only, and that's the big thing. Kanon Strong 24 just said it's only been 4 games. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It has only been 4 games, but with that being said, now that we have a bye week, if we start seeing some of the same struggles against, you know, Virginia Tech and then Virginia and then moving forward, then it's a big issue, man. It's a big issue. No, I know. Hurricane Low. So I know.
No, guys, man. No, it's all love, man. It's all love.
I'm just, I just feel bad. No, I love the disagreements. I just feel bad because it's like I don't want y'all to think that I'm trying to like be against Nkosi. Like I like Nkosi too, man. But you know,
if you got you on your helmet, I'm rooting for you. Period.
But I like the disagreements. But I like constructive conversations. I'm not gonna blow you guys up.
Marcus, that's my point. That's my point. If the comparison there is it's a Jaron and Jamarcus. What I'm saying is guys that have that type of ball placement and that type of accuracy, along with hitting the other things, he's going to have an NFL career.
Yeah. West Noel with another donation, man. Thank you so much.
West. 2.8 is the average.
Yeah.
That's the problem. There's been a lot of time he hasn't had 2.8.
Right.
Now again, I still think there's almost things that he could do to help us, and I think there's things that Enos could do to help him.
Almost got 38 on. I don't get that, Sammy. What does that mean? Said Junior almost got 38 on us. I don't know what that means, man. Hey, but check this out, man.
We've been ranting a long time, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been ranting a long time, guys.
Jay brought a good point. Yeah, I expect Jay to see Lorenzo. If not, I think he's pretty much gone. If we don't see him, so
hey guys, before we go ahead and do some quick rapid fire, man, I might be going to the. I'm already going to the Virginia game. I might be going to the Virginia Tech game. What I would love to do is meet some more of you guys, man. I think Endo Canes came up to me at the Central Michigan game, and it kind of took me off guard. So I was kind of like, I'm not used to people like recognizing me out in public and whatnot. So I was kind of like, I gave him that yo, and then I click like, oh, you said like so. But I would love
to meet up
to
with the
meet up with a
guys.
lot of you guys, man. Like I really want to meet a lot of you guys. So if you guys are going to the game, man, DM me, and let me know like if you guys want to meet up. I might do a little, maybe a live and talk with you guys for a little bit or whatnot. But what are you
Put
laughing at,
put
big
two
dog?
four sevens comment up there.
Which hold on, the
That
chat.
was-
Type it. You turn off your mic again, big dog. You and your big hands.
yeah,
Two,
put 247 Kane's comment on there.
he said, "Add Junior the big dog." Here's an analogy: the chat is WebMD, and everyone keeps typing all the symptoms into the chat, and the conclusion is clinical depression.
That sums up us Kane's fans, don't it?
That's great, man. That's great, man.
247, man. That's a comment tonight. Guys, what I do want, we'll do some rapid fire. What I do want is on the comment section, guys. I want your take on what's going on with the culture change that Manny's doing and the consecutive bad practices on Wednesdays that we had. I want to see what you guys think about that. So please leave your comments in the comment section.
Yeah, Jay, I'll be out there. I'll be out to the Virginia game, and I think I'm more than likely gonna go to the Virginia Tech game. I'm not 100% sure, but I think more than likely. So I want to meet some of y'all guys, man. You know, because I want to be able to see you guys some in person, man. All you guys have been supporting us for so long. This is Paranoid Schizophrenia. Yeah, 100%. Hey, I everybody's going crazy. Everybody's trying to find an answer to what's going on because all we want to do is see our Canes win. Frankly,
I know.
So
listen, and I'm as frustrated as anybody. I damn sure didn't expect us to be 2-2, and I double damn didn't expect us to beat Central Michigan 17-12.
No.
That's for sure. And I didn't expect to see our guys dancing after a 5-point win at home against Central Michigan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jay. I can't even remember where I'm sitting right now. I think it's like section 335. Could be. Yeah, I think it's section 335. I'm confused between last game and I think it's section 335. If I'm not mistaken.
King has a good point. He says, "Give it some time, patience."
Yeah.
Give it, patience. Give it some time. I agree.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
King, I do have an issue though with and you guys heard the rant earlier. I do have an issue with our players not competing in practices and thinking that they're above a Central Michigan when they haven't proved it.
Mm-hmm.
I am upset about that.
Yeah.
So,
no, I know 247. It wasn't good, man. It wasn't good.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. As fuel your panic, Sammy says, new coach, let it gel first. I agree, Sam. We do need some patience. Bringing Arquijo as a consultant for an O-line. Kevin, I would love that. I'm a big Arquijo fan. I got to know him a little bit. Actually met him, talked to him a couple of times. And it's a great guy and tremendous offensive line coach and a great recruiter.
Nah, Rico. Because Rico, I actually went to the game with Rico. He said, "Sweet 119B." I wish. That's what we did.
You guys were
went down to the field.
You guys were living it up they got down on the field and we're on the field for the smoke.
Yeah, that was a hookup from my job. So shout out to FedEx and to the company that I work for, Plasco, man. So yeah,
they treated you good.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Big Dog
chip just won't stop the leaks.
I was thinking
social media distractions. King, I do understand that to an extent, man. To an extent, because there's a lot of kids nowadays that do have that proper mentality. So I'm not gonna paint them all with the same broad brush. You know, we brought up some examples like the Corey Couch. We brought up some examples like who were some of the other ones that we were Greg Rousseau. I mean, Trajan. I think so. I think that mentality of being a dog. So I mean, I agree. I agree with those things for sure.
Big Dog, we got a couple
Jay,
questions for you. Jay, he says to the Big Dog, do you think Dan Eno's scheme really fits Miami Hurricanes football? Do you think our young O-line play?
100%, Jay, I don't.
Due to our O-line.
I don't. I don't.
You
Now,
don't what? You don't what?
I don't believe that Dan Enos' offense is geared to our system, our players, because of the offensive line specifically.
Oh, that's what he's saying. Due to our
Correct.
young offensive line play.
Correct.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
Correct.
100%.
Yeah, I think to run that multiple offense, you can do it without a dominant offensive line,
Yeah.
but you at least have to have a serviceable one. And right now, our offensive line is not serviceable.
Yeah, I got another one here.
In fact, Jay, that's a brilliant way to put it, and I exactly 100% see what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Dante Cologne says, "Hey, Big Dog, how do you believe the dances after the 5-point win and how that reflects on the coaching staff? Given your rant about player entitlement, which he does agree with,
you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, Dante, that's a perfect example. I wasn't aware of the dancing. Junior, I heard Junior say it. I was asleep that night that he was on with Wholesome and Paul, and but I saw it the next morning, and I saw that Junior talked about that, and I didn't see it, but he said, I guess
What's
it was
up, Demetrius?
Was it on Twitter or was it on
I saw it on Twitter, but it was from one of the players' Instagrams.
Okay. So you're 100% right. So here's the thing. If you
King Millie, we might.
Manny, if you said that Central Michigan was our worst performance of the year, which it was our worst performance of the year, then why are you allowing the players to dance without turning over some tables?
Right.
That's a fair criticism. Because if you're trying to institute a new culture, that's a good place to start right there. Say, wait a second, we're not going to celebrate because we got fortunate and we beat Central Michigan by 5. You all didn't play worthy of celebration.
Yeah.
So I agree with you there, Dante. That's a disconnect. You can't have it both ways. You can't say the players are not showing me what they need to show me on Wednesdays. They didn't show me what they need to show me on the field. But yeah, let's go ahead and dance in the locker room and enjoy a victory.
Yeah, I had a problem.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, Betu Perry brings up a point with the coaches in there while they were dancing. I don't know the answer to that.
I didn't see him. Yeah. I saw Brevin. I saw Brevin dancing.
That's a shame, man. Cause I love Brevin to death.
Yeah, and I saw some, but I didn't see any coaching staff though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, Slim Shady says the worst performance of the year so far. Let's hope it's the worst performance of the year, Slim Shady. Because if it's so far, man, I'm going to start eating my liver.
Yeah.
Kane on Strong 24 says, why would Lorenzo leave? I think Kane, the only reason he would leave is if they disagree with the handling of his injury, either rushing him back, which is apparently definitely not the case, but maybe being too cautious
and wanting to redshirt him.
Then I think we would lose Lorenzo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to start? Dan Gates said they weren't dancing; they were avoiding the CMU D line.
That's a good one, man. I like that. Oh, Will the U, man. Come on, man.
What's up?
I think he hit us with a big one last week, and now he's hitting us with another big one this week, man. Thank you so much, Will the U. He says a good coach works with what he has. Work around bad O-line. Don't be stubborn.
I agree.
100%, man.
I'll tell you this, Will. I've gotten to the point, to be all honest with you. Okay. Yes, I agree. We have to give it patience. Yes, I agree. It takes time. Yes, what 247 Canes said is true. The fixes are more complicated. We're making it seem.
Yeah.
I will say this, Will. I am not as I am still a believer in Dan Enos as an elite QB coach. I'm having some serious doubts of Enos as an offensive coordinator, Will, and it's exactly because of what you said. Because I have not seen him adapt and change and keep doing the same thing when your offensive line, more often than not, is not performing well enough to run your system the way you want it to.
Correct.
So why don't you change?
Correct.
So Will, that's a 100% fair criticism.
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
Yeah. Hey guys, so we're about to wrap this up, man. Let's close it out. Big Dog, no more questions.
What's that, buddy?
No more questions. Let's go ahead and close it out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know we went long. We went a couple hours.
It's all good, man. We had a lot of fun with you guys, man. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. If you guys haven't,
I'm sorry. I do want to interrupt you one thing. I just want to make this clear before you sign off. Guys, I want you guys to know that when I argue passionately, it's never in a disrespectful way towards you. And please understand that if you guys if we don't agree, we can talk about it passionately. But I love the support that you all give us. The fact that you guys are here with us means the world to me. So I would never, ever, it would never be personal from me towards you guys.
And also, how fun would it be if we were all just in here agreeing with each other?
Exactly, guys. Exactly.
and you know, like,
and I know you guys are as passionate as I am because we all want the same thing. And that
is
man, for the Canes to be the Canes again.
Yeah.
So I love you guys, and please, always, man, you guys know, like, we disagree. It's always with love, no matter how passionate we get.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry, dude. Go ahead.
No, you're good, man. So listen, guys, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button on your way out of here. If you're new to our channel and you're watching, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you would like to support the channel. The PayPal link is right there on the screen. That helps us out more because they don't take as much money as YouTube takes from us. But you know what? If you cannot,
you guys
if you can't help, you know, financially, just like, subscribe, share, you know, spread the word about Junior Big Dog, man, and let's keep on growing this Junior the Big Dog family, man. You know, it doesn't matter what happens, win, lose, or draw. Me and the Big Dog are always gonna be here, and you know, we're just gonna keep on doing it, man. But it's been a great show, man, and I will get in touch with some of you guys to meet up with you on the Hurricanes game because I just want to meet you guys in person. You know, maybe buy you a beer. You know, it is what it is, man. You guys been supporting us, so I want to
thank you guys.
Return that back as much as I can, man.
Hey, he wants to hook up with you and Zoe.
Who's this?
Jay on the U Family Blaze says he
wants. Is Zoe coming down? Oh no, yeah, is Zoe coming down for the Virginia game? I don't know if he's coming down or not.
He might be. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna be out there with one of my best buddies, man. So we could definitely link up, man. It's gonna be a primetime game. It's gonna be hype, especially, you know, if we take care of business against Virginia Tech, man. But with that being said, man, thank you guys so much once again. I hope you guys have a great night. If you're catching this late, then you know it'll be processed and uploaded to YouTube shortly, so you guys can catch it from the very beginning. Any comments that you guys want to leave, suggestions for new videos. We're going to be doing our Brian Balone most recent commit video as well. We're going to be filming that tomorrow night and releasing that on Saturday morning. So be on the lookout for that. It's our videos with our commits that we go over their film, you know, their measurables, everything you need to know to get acclimated with the new addition to the Miami Hurricanes. So be on the lookout for that on Saturday, man. But with that being said, Big Dog, I think we're good.
I want to say I did see that video, guys. The one with Wholesome, I did. And in fact, we were going back and forth on text with Wholesome the next day.
Yeah,
I did see the video. I saw part of it at least. I didn't get to see the whole thing.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, guys, thank you again for the support.
Yeah,
thank you all of you for being here with us. And as always, it's all about this you.
Chug more beer. If you got Twitter, man, just hit me up on my DM at Good Vibes 305, man. Just hit me up if you can. If not, just leave a comment on, you know, if not, leave a comment on our videos, man. We'll find a way to exchange numbers and we'll just meet up. We'll just meet up, brother. So, but I prefer you guys to send me a DM so that way I can have your numbers and then we could locate each other a little bit easier when it comes to the games, man. So, all right, you already know what time it is, baby. Hey, as always, 2-2 2 and 10, 10 and it don't matter, man. It is and always will be
all about this you.
all about this you.
Thank you guys. Good night, man.
Good night, fellas.